We're talking English all of a sudden. We're used to talk Dutch. So bear with me with my Dutchlish.
What are we going to talk about today,
Yes.
Sunjeev?
Tell us.
Better Call Saul.
And it's a 1 out of 10. You know.
That's
1 out of 10 is very low.
Proper sleepy because up until like 4 a.m. just watching the whole season.
Better Call Saul a grade.
I would probably say it was okay.
It's an average. It's an average.
Welcome to the best, the first and the only podcast that matters in the Netherlands, the UBERKRAFT podcast. We're talking English all of a sudden. We're used to talk Dutch. So bear with me with my Dutchlish, but it has a reason.
Dunglish, right?
Dunglish. Yeah, that's more a better word for my English, yes. Introduce yourself, guest.
Yes.
Got a new guest.
Yes. And I only speak English. My name is Sunjeev Kumar.
Yes.
And I'm a guest today.
Yeah, and maybe
Even
call you a host.
host. Oh.
One of the 4 hosts.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, we have expanded.
Because we have had many requests from our fans. We have
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of Dutch fans,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
also have a lot of international fans. They
Yeah.
ask us like, why aren't you putting Dutch or like English subtitles or not speaking in English? But now we have a reason.
The subtitles take a lot of time to put under our podcast because we have like these
We talk a
insanely
lot.
long podcasts with a lot of like in-depth knowledge, and to get that translated, it's a day job.
Or we should hire someone who makes like really crappy Sonic movies on YouTube.
Yes.
Maybe a person like that could do it.
Yes.
Anyways, Sunjeev,
Cool.
can people do people know him?
I think
Yes.
people,
My name is Sunjeev Kumar. I don't
Yeah.
know my name. Yeah.
Sunjeev Kumar.
Yeah,
All right.
famous.
Who are you?
I'm Jorrit Monné. And who are you, Dimitri?
I'm Dimitri Janssen.
I am Madse Krivokutya.
And that is Sunjeev Kumar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Going from a triangle to a square.
That is correct. That is
Great.
I had to think about that.
Yes, that's nice.
What are we going to talk about today,
Yes.
Sunjeev?
Tell us.
Better Call Saul.
Recently finished.
Yes.
A few weeks back.
Watch party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a watch party. We already did a first part of the 6th season podcast
In Dutch.
in Dutch.
Dutch.
Yeah.
So we will also call back to the other seasons in this one.
We'll just call about. We call about with all the seasons. We're just gonna.
I'm gonna give
close
my
it up.
final review of the entire series. Like
Yeah, of course.
The score in the end will be my score for the entire series.
Yes.
And for you as well.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Full season VV.
Yeah. And it's a 1 out of 10. You know,
That's
1 out of 10 is very
10
low.
points. 10 points.
It's a very low score.
10 points. I mean, 10 points in total. So you need to choose. Great.
Yeah.
Dutchlish.
All right, where shall we start? Sunjeev, can you tell us about when you started watching?
Oh,
That's a good story.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
Because I never watched Breaking Bad. I skipped it. I saw like bits of it, but obviously I never watched the whole thing. But it's only when Better Call Saul came out and everyone was hyping it up, and then Dimitri was hyping up Breaking Bad. Like, oh, you gotta watch this show. So I thought, oh, I might as well watch it. It was like a few months ago, and then like I watched the first episode. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I watched the second episode. And then I watched the whole season that day. And then the next day I watched the second season, third season. So I watched every season each day.
In a week.
In a week. And then like, yeah, some days I was going into work like proper sleepy because up until like 4 a.m. just watching the whole season. I was sleeping on my desk because I was just watching Breaking Bad.
That's some serious binge watching.
And
Yes.
then of course, then I binge watched Better Call Saul. But I got up to season 6. And then I was watching it live from season 6.
Yeah.
Like halfway through season 6.
Live with us.
Yeah.
I also watched El Camino in between, of course.
Yeah, Al Camino,
Yeah.
which is really good. I really liked that. It was a good...
It was the last episode, I think, for Breaking Bad. Because you
it
had
was
like
a
Walt
bonus episode, yeah.
and you had Jesse's and this El Camino, of course.
Yeah, it was like
See.
a finish to Jesse's story.
Yeah, because they call it a film, and and people then expect like a Breaking Bad movie, and
Yeah, people were kind of disappointed when
Yeah.
it came out.
and I don't understand because it's just a long episode and makes
And
sense.
I was so happy about that.
Yeah. I didn't want anything else.
More Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I think they presented it as a movie. If it was, let's say, it could have been presented maybe better as a standalone
It's
episode.
a special or something.
Yeah.
They called it a Breaking Bad movie, so it still makes sense that it is part of Breaking Bad, and then it's only longer.
But then again, the quality is so high of the
Yeah.
series anyways that everything looks like a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, Breaking Bad. Would that be one of your favorite shows now?
Yeah, because my two favorite was The Wire and Sopranos.
Ooh.
And I didn't really have a number 3. It was like my top 2.
Yeah.
No order. But then, Breaking Bad, I would put that in my top 3. And then, I won't spoil Better Call Saul.
we can talk about but I have the exact same. The 3 best shows in my opinion are Breaking Bad, The Wire, and The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
the thing
I just
is-
recently started Sopranos.
How far along are you? Sorry, just
One episode.
One episode.
Yeah,
yeah, you were there a week ago, so that I was wondering if you.
And
Watch
in
any
in the podcast we also spoil everything.
Oh yeah, that's you can talk.
You can
freely
talk
about
freely.
anything.
So anybody that doesn't want to get spoiled and listens in, please turn it off.
Go watch it.
Go watch it.
But the
Yeah.
fans know this. Our fans know
Or
this.
yeah. But we maybe
The
get
fan
some
base?
like new
Oh, the
fans.
new- the
you know,
new fan.
new fans.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe to us because we need to get the subscribers on
Yes.
so that we can hire people to subtitle it into any language that you like.
Yes.
Worldwide fans.
Okay, so last season of Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Should we just start with the last episode, or what? Should we recap? What should we do?
The thing is, I when I watched the finale, I remembered that the episode with Nacho
Yeah,
was also still in this episode.
In this season, yeah.
That's insane.
crazy. Yeah.
Episode 2, right? I think.
No, I think it's even 4 or 5 where he dies.
No, I mean in the motel, the episode, right?
That's episode 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good one.
I really like that.
It was really good, yeah. And then it continued, and yeah, I don't know. When I finished the last episode, I felt kind of sad, empty.
But also sort of relieved
Why, Madse?
for Kim and Saul. James McGill, sorry.
No, he saw again in prison, right?
Yeah. But then he's cleansed himself of all his wrongdoings, and he now goes
a
to
small
prison.
moment where it
And
was James, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was, what do we thought of ending of Breaking Bad? I'm curious.
Great ending.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. That's one thing why I really liked El Camino, because I thought Walt's ending was really good, and I liked Jesse's ending as well because he was free.
Yeah.
But I did want to see what happened with Jesse because the police were coming as well. So when El Camino came out, it was a good closure.
Yeah,
to the
for
story.
Jesse's story. Yeah,
Jesse's
yeah,
story.
for sure.
And especially in your case, since you could just essentially watch it as the last episode.
How long was it between Breaking Bad and El Camino?
It was during season 3 and 4 of Better Call Saul. He was doing El Camino.
So it's quite a gap.
Yeah, that's quite a
years
gap.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't believe it at the moment they announced it. So I thought, what? How are they gonna do a movie
It's
with
yeah.
it?
Weird, because now I'm thinking of it, that Jesse is great in El Camino, because Jesse's Jesse, and then with the cameos he does now, something's changed so quickly,
It's,
and I cannot pinpoint what it is.
I kind of have an answer for you, and that is Jesse in the Better Call Saul episodes
Yeah.
is Jesse from season 1 Breaking Bad, and
Yes.
Jesse
Yeah.
in El Camino is
Destroyed
after Breaking
Jesse.
Bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
It
there's a big difference there.
Yeah. Because you've seen him translate from like the
Yeah, you've
the reckless junkie kind of young boy
Yeah,
to like a destroyed
Yeah.
and experienced.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
grown up in the
Yeah.
end of Breaking Bad, right? But not in a good way.
Yeah, it's like a tormented soul.
Yeah,
Because I was looking at a recap recently, and I saw like also I forgot that he was captured and like kept as a dog in a cage.
You forgot he was captured. That's also
was
in
like
El Camino.
That's the
but
whole
it's
thing,
like
yeah.
that's like I haven't watched it in that long time ago. I had to like rewatch it because so many things happened. I was like, oh damn, this happened and this happened.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's why Walt looks at the watch in this flashbacks of the last episode.
because he got us a present. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're talking about regrets and Walt, man, his cameo is so good. He's the biggest douche ever.
But he's so good. Like we were talking about this recently. Like when Walt comes back, he is immediately Walt.
Yeah.
And he's like Bryan Cranston is like he's immediately believable. But then Jesse comes and that's kind of like it is what I just told. That is,
he's trying to be the actor just grew up, right?
Yeah,
right,
I think
became bigger
because he looks
Buffed.
older as well with Jesse, whereas Walt still looks the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks old, but also in the end of Breaking Bad, indeed, Walt looks old. So,
Yeah, and Jesse literally grew up from a 20-year-old to a 30-year-old. during Breaking
and he was a skinny
Bad.
junkie
Yeah.
in the series.
yo.
Yeah, aren't you like a lawyer, yo? Saying that to Kim.
I think it's
Did you
hard
like
as
that
well
line?
to act that, to be a young one
Yeah,
again.
yeah, for sure. And I didn't mind it. It kind of threw me, it kind of pulled me out of the show. But it's also like, what are you gonna do if you want to bring him back? People love seeing him, I guess. So
Did you think it was forced that he has to ask for like a lawyer when Kim's outside?
No, not really. I didn't mind.
Yeah, but more like they could have kept it out, right? Now it's literally they really want to.
Sure, but it adds something to Kim, right?
Yeah, that's true. She has someone.
Yeah, okay,
At
that
the
he-
end,
that he
he
used
asked,
to be.
"Is he a good
He
lawyer?"
used to be, yes.
Yeah. When I knew
Yeah,
him, he used
okay.
to be. Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah, that's a fair
heartbreaking,
point.
heartbreaking scene in front of that where she has to write those divorce papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saul's being like a total.
He's being so good, man.
Yeah, Saul Goodman.
100%.
Yeah, I think he was fully gone. Then he was no more Jimmy left there. He was completely Saul Goodman, basically.
Yeah.
But I
No
think
feelings.
that's why it's nice. Like it's being cut between that scene and the phone booth scene, because like he's faking that he doesn't care about it, and then in the phone booth he calls her back again, and then she's not interested anymore, and then it's like then when he snaps.
Yeah. And he goes full reckless Gene.
Still, Dimitri, you were. I remember you wondering. At one point, he goes into like he becomes a con man again. Like the mall scene goes well,
Gene, yeah.
and then they go robbing and drugging up rich people and then rob their passwords. Why do you think in that patient? One moment he meets a cancer patient, and and then is like his burglar friend. He says like, "I'm not gonna rob a cancer patient," and he said like, "Why is he continuing this heist?"
Well,
Jimmy.
it's not about the cancer patient because he's traumatized by Walt. I can see why he doesn't care about the cancer patient because Walt was also a dick towards him. But no, he's very reckless there, and he almost becomes physical. Right? He wants to smack him up with the urn, and also threatens what's her name, Marion, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You said it
with
was
the court.
it felt out of character.
Yeah, to me, it kind of felt out of character, but I also get it. I can understand that he just goes, he goes bonkers. He's his worst self at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the extreme version of him because it almost felt like he wanted to self-sabotage, basically. Because he had a chance to leave and he decides to go back to steal the watches and stuff, which wasn't the original plan. The original plan was just to take pictures. But I think it was like going too far gone into Gene.
Yeah. Just enjoying the con also.
Yeah, he is and remains a con man. I thought that it was kind of weird. I hoped for more of an explanation, but I guess this kind of works. What do you think? Because I'm...
Well,
Sometimes you don't need the explanation, right?
no, that's true. But I felt
but
like
when
he's
when it feels out of character. and
maybe he
sudden,
is
like-
because of maybe he feels extra remorse because of like cancer patients can be evil as well. So that he still has It's kind of like a payback because of Walt fucked him over. And then he's like, you know what? Cancer patients can be fucked up.
For me,
he also says that, right?
For me, it was that whole con.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get why he wanted to do that. So because he had the mall con, and he got out, he made sure Jeff didn't have anything against him.
Yeah,
and he could have walked away,
but he loved the feeling.
No, he called Kim.
That was the thing.
And after Kim, he thought, I don't know. It's something broke, I think.
Yeah, because he started it after that phone call, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But what would his exit plan be? Like get money to get back to Kim?
No, it's no exit plan.
Or
it's
like
pure self-sabotage. That's what I think.
But what if Kim would have been... well, then he wouldn't have done it, I guess.
What if Kim would have been nice?
Yeah. Because that initiates him to being the super con man. After the phone call, he gets the team back together and he starts doing the...
Yeah, because he's done with life almost, I would say. Pure self-sabotage, I think.
And Kim also mentions that she wants to get caught or wants to explain what happened.
Yeah, she wants to confess.
Confess and get clear with a clear mind in it. And I think, in a way, Gene was doing that as well, but trying to get caught, I guess, as long as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're right.
Because they both have their regrets of what they did, I guess. I'd figure.
He
killed the most nice guy of the entire Hamlin and McGill.
Yeah. Harold.
Yeah. Howard.
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 All those H's.
Yeah.
No, but they both handle and it's not regret. Both handle the situation so much different.
Yeah.
Because he went full soul
and closed it all off.
Yeah, closed it all off, became a totally different, or not totally different person, but his worst self.
He went full business and full the morals were gone.
No morals. And Kim was the exact opposite, where she was just not deciding on anything and living the most mundane life.
Yeah,
and taking zero responsibility.
Indeed, she has the extreme light way, and he goes the hard way of not accepting his wrongdoings, right?
Yeah,
and he still keeps doing stuff wrong.
Even with the salad that she's making, and they have no mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip.
But it's every decision, even when the boyfriend's you want to go here, and she's she goes yep. She's basically...
No, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
She's got she's not thinking for herself anymore, basically just going with it.
Yeah.
Because I think, can we talk about the breakup scene? Because that's it's... I think
sure. Yeah. I like to talk about that because Madse doesn't like it.
I thought it was just... No, I thought it was okay.
Madse doesn't like breakups.
But I thought it was just handled too fast. But then again, I think, and that's what I said also.
We had to calculate the scene. He was saying, it was 3 minutes, and then I watched it back, it was 6 minutes. So he lied to me.
It felt too quick. But
stopwatch, Madse.
The thing is, they also had another moment where they almost...
broke up?
Yeah, we're done with each other in the series, I believe. I think there was. I'm not sure. I didn't watch it all again yet.
The scene was only on his attic. Did you know Madse has a magic attic? Stuff happens there that in normal life doesn't work.
In my attic, I don't have any internet connection. So when I play games,
that's where he gets high scores.
I lie about my high scores. It's not updated yet.
He told me he didn't like Oli World, but he had finished it.
Oh,
he told me that. And I was like, I don't see your high scores. Yes, because I'm in the attic.
The secret magic.
So this
attic.
scene, also the stopwatch, also did in the attic.
Yeah, but I thought it just. But now it makes sense, I think, because they ended it well with the episodes after, and also called back to their relationship in the episodes as well. So at that moment, I just hoped, and that's what I said as well, that they will. Continue on explaining sort of where they both went.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they did really well. So
very, very well.
Yeah. So I have no hard feelings about
the scene right
breakup
now
anymore, because now I get the sudden cut to like Saul. It's just okay. We're now gonna explain what happens. So
that was good.
yeah, it's really confident afterwards now. So it's okay.
I was just really happy because nobody knew, of course, what happened to Kim. So everybody was like, "Oh, I hope she doesn't die." And I remember, like Peter Gould said,
Vince Gilligan
said, like there are some worse fates than death.
He said everybody thought we were gonna kill her, but this is a fate worse than death.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good.
But I think that's also like the cool stuff that immediately, they've been like Kim is at her worst, like lying to Hamlin's wife. Like that, even Jimmy is almost scared. Like
in the scene where they remember Harold.
Exactly, and then it's like you even see Jimmy like, whoa, it's like he's being shocked by Kim's like pushing it even further, and then lying about him like being a drug addict. And from that scene, also like her making up her mind, like I'm toxic for you, and boom, and done, and she's out of his life. I thought that was really nice, and then
I loved it as well.
Having those episodes and then reintroducing her, I think that's. Even if she did not come back, I would have. Well, this is nicer, of course, but I still.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't. The story wouldn't have been complete if she wasn't.
No, with this ending, no. But
in my, I had sort of an ending made up in my mind, of course. So
what was it?
Aliens Land.
I don't even know anymore.
A post-apocalyptic wasteland.
I told you all once, but.
Is it so good that you don't remember anymore?
It has to. It had something to do with the vacuum guy that at least Kim would maybe
she get
escape.
a new identity.
Yeah, something like that. But I think no one on this table could have predicted it, right?
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
Oh, the ending.
Yeah. Did you predict it?
No. I didn't predict it, but I thought I knew it was going to be decided in the courts. It was because it's a lawyer show and the way it's done. But yeah, I didn't predict exactly how it's going to go down.
But it's no surprise, right? It was always like an option like this, but it's always you can think like, oh, so he will end up in prison and confess his crimes, blah 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 blah. But it's always it's the way you get there. You can confess. You can come up with the plot points, sure, but it's always like where people end up. But it's just the way you get there, and they did that so well.
Yeah, and I also remembered like the when the season didn't even start, like the scene from Breaking Bad where they try to bury Saul, like Walt and Jesse, and the
Lalo scene.
Lalo Senior, he says in Breaking Bad, did Lalo send you? And I think it's awesome how they use that for the callback of Walt and Jesse, and also use that in the last episode to make it part of his like confession. Yes, yeah. And in two ways. That's what I love the most about it. Like, it's first he's the victim, and then again he's the one that enabled Walt to do everything he did.
Yeah, Walt wouldn't have gone as far as he did.
No.
Without him.
Yeah.
That's one cool thing as well that the show does. There's so many callbacks that when you watch it back, you see certain things that don't happen or whatever. It's like the beginning of season 6. And they have
first episode.
Yeah, the first episode, they have the cardboard cutout getting thrown into the dumpster. Yeah. And then that's where he ends up in the last episode.
Yeah.
That's
and
how
also
he gets caught. Yes.
The cork of the whiskey, tequila that they're buying. And then also, I thought even...
You have the time machine book. The book that Chuck put down. Yeah, that as well. You have the painting where Harold's blood spatters on. It's all in the first episode.
That's what I always like about the whole Breaking Bad universe, etc. Same as like with the airplane crash. A few episodes you see like a burned bear in the pool and those kind of and in this season you had the Namaste, the car at the beach before you know what they were gonna do with Howard Hamlin. So you'd be like, oh, what's this? And then you see like his car's there. What's happening?
And shoes there.
And then the shoes, and you'd be like, what they help? And then you figure out what they done and still in a nice way to surprise you. I think that's
have you ever
brilliant.
seen those when they break down an episode in the writer's room? Have you ever seen the cork board with like how they act? They have like all these forgot the word,
Post-its?
Yeah, post-its kind of. And they have like act 1, 2, 3, but they also always have the teaser. And that's, the teaser in these in Breaking Bad, they have that as well. Like, this is, I don't know. It's always very cool to see, what's the teaser going to be this episode?
But especially like what the first one, that's actually like, it's almost a summary of the whole season.
Yeah,
and I think that's cool, like, because it's out of context, and there's like, it looks cool, and they be like,
but they're so good at that.
Yeah,
it's also with the Lalo, where he's in Germany, where that episode starts out with where you think they're making meth, because they had like this big glass thing,
epoxy.
and the epoxy, and then it's like an award, an architectural award or something.
Yeah,
and he finds that, and then he can go further. Yeah, it's just so well done.
Yeah,
what I also like with the Howard Hamlin teaser, like they of course were trying to like frame him, so you think it was part of something that they did, and framed him again, and are they going even that far that he made attempted suicide or whatever, or walked into the water, or is he done with his life because of them? But then
was it in before the episode that he got shot, or is it the same?
No,
afterwards, right?
I think it's the episode just after.
Yeah, because it would have been even cooler if they have it in front of. No, they would be spoiling.
Oh, yeah.
I think
it was after.
I think I don't remember anymore.
I think it's immediately after, because then that episode.
Oh, yeah,
ends when he got shots in shot in the head, and then you start with that one, and then the cleanup goes. Because then immediately goes to that scene of where they.
You have the montage.
Yeah,
we can talk about the montages of Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what to say. Just that they're great. I don't know any other show who do it this
I
well.
thought my favorite one was the Cinnabon one. Like, also you said like it's the best Cinnabon commercial, but you see him transform.
Oh, you mean like in the episode where he with the security guards?
Yeah, exactly. You see him literally like first, like, because he's first in Gene is like a scared old man, and then with this gun you see him literally with every routine he does, like to distract the guards, he gets more confident, and you see his strut and you see his move, so you literally see him becoming Saul again, and that was so brilliantly done.
I love the the other security guard who kind of hates him in the beginning, and then at the end is like throwing American footballs
and that's the episode at the end where he goes to get a suit, a Saul Goodman suit.
Yeah,
and he puts it back because he's almost fully transitioned to back to Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
And then the episode after is one you didn't like, right, Dimitri?
I think that's still my least favorite episode of the season.
Yes.
One thing back about the montage, I think is still like I think on the podcast about it, they said like the difficulty as well, like for that montage, because some things walk sync and some things aren't, but also like because it's like a picture-in-picture thing, and then even like the smaller ones are framed are like so hard to do, like a very upshot that would take like hours to set up and then bloop, few seconds, and that's what's so brilliant about everything. By the way, like
if you listen to that Insider Better Call Saul Insider podcast, that team's been around.
Also a good podcast.
Yeah, very
this
much.
Yeah. I'm gonna listen to it now because I didn't want to spoil the magic for myself.
They've been doing this for 11 or 12 years, and you can just see that they're a well-oiled machine. Everybody's at top of their game. It's so good.
Yeah.
But
back to the episode.
The least favorite episode.
My least favorite episode is because I didn't and because I didn't really get what he was doing with that con. What did he want? Money?
But the episode before was even more.
No, that's to get rid of Jeff. That's try to get, because Jeff was the only one who could out him.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end of that episode, he says, "All right, if you out me, then you will be going to jail because you did this con with me."
True.
So that all makes sense to me. It's just the episode after made a lot less sense. But like I said back then,
but the phone call is in the beginning as well, right?
Yeah, phone call. But you don't hear the phone call, right? So I knew, all right, we're gonna find out in a later episode, but didn't add anything in that episode.
Well, I like that episode because the ending of the episode, when they show Saul going into Walter's school, and then they also showed Gene going into the house.
Yeah,
it was pretty much just setting up that showing that this is the
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He's Breaking Bad
Breaking
at that
Bad,
moment.
basically,
Yeah, that was
you
cool.
know.
Yeah.
Another big mistake.
big mistake. Because Mike said to him, if you go with Walt, it's a big mistake.
Mike knew. Mike always knew.
Yeah. Poor Mike.
Poor Mike.
Got killed by Walt.
Yeah. Would you please let me die in peace?
It's also so cool. Like you would know Mike is almost invincible. Like you would, he comes out of this the most worst situations he finds himself to survive, and then always knowing how he eventually died. It's such a shitty and crappy, mistakable way, or some kind of
It's just where he was too comfortable with this.
Kind
he's the boss of Walt. You thought Walt is just,
and it kind of adds to how much a douchebag Walt is.
Yeah, yeah, and how big his ego is.
Yeah,
like if you hurt his ego, he will shoot you.
Yeah.
Very true.
Great.
So the question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's your question?
Oh, the question everybody is asking themselves is, which one is better, Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad?
I don't want to answer the first because I have my answer ready.
I have my answer ready as well.
Oh.
I have my answer ready also.
Okay, what's your answer? Because I know Madse's answer.
I think Breaking Bad is better, in my opinion, because it is doing a lot of things in a new way for the first time, like with all the montages and the hinting towards characters. And I really love that they at one moment you love a character and you hate one, and then they were able to flip it around. And then you love this person, and then you hate this person, and then you hate, and then they flip it all around, all over the place.
Kind of do that here as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. But they did it there first, and I think in that way, like even a bigger bet, like even everybody's like, oh, I hate Skylar, I don't know, and then from that transforming it into that you actually vouch for her, and then and also introducing a lot of the characters, and all the characters come in there.
But you kind of feel, you're saying your argument now is that there were first. That doesn't necessarily make it better.
No,
though.
true, but it is more like the first time you see something, it has more impact.
Sure.
That's
and also
and I just love Hank, and I love like sometimes killing off going like the Hank and Gomez scene was so.
Hank and his minerals.
Minerals.
Exactly. And
do you like minerals?
And then that kind of like a cliffhanger. Those moments you would have a few of those, like the toilet scene, and some of those scenes are like, whoa.
You still have them here, though.
Yeah, true. But there it was more like, I thought the Howard Hamlin kill was really like it was like a shock. And the Nacho, I didn't. I think we talked about it in the previous one, right?
We made a mistake. I thought Nacho was in Breaking Bad.
Oh no!
I thought he was in one of those. He was one of the where Walt locks them up in the basement with the bike lock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he kills him. I thought that was Nacho.
What?
So when I was watching Nacho,
but I talked about it with Madse, and Madse said, "Yeah,
it's true." So I was watching it at the scene, and I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Oh, how's Nacho gonna get out of this?" And then it blows his brains out. I was like, "Huh? Is this a fake gun?" Because he's alive in Breaking Bad, and then Salamanca comes with his gun and bang, bang, bang. It's like, "Whoa, are these fake bullets?" And then I realized he's dead, and then it's like I was so confused, and I was like, so that's why it didn't land at all. Like the whole shock. I was just more like
me as well. I need to look it up.
But it was a different actor, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's been quite a long time for me.
Okay.
So, anyways, the Howard Hamlin kill was really a big shocker. I did not like the Lalo killing. Lalo
me neither.
Kill. I thought it was a bit predictable and sloppy.
Yeah, especially for a genius character like Lalo was. Like he also planned everything ahead and whatever, just like Gus Fring does, of course. But
but he did that all of that.
Yeah, but like
Gus just got lucky. That's the whole thing.
but also showing the like basement with Gus in there. You could have just because he uses that camera and then wants to follow him into the basement and whatever. You could have shot him and then show the basement after he opened it.
My beef is more that...
but I think it's still... It could have been anything, and I think his thing is... You had to have Gus have a confession to... what's his name?
To Don Hilario.
Don Hilario.
The King of Mexico.
Yeah. So I kind of get that, but I do agree like him kicking out the lights and stuff is kind of
No, but it's more like they're so brilliant and in doing things subtle. So let's say if you do something like you don't have to, as we always say, like film the person going into the door. If you know, like to show everything, and then also everybody knew the gun was there underneath the tractor and then even the shot like saying like, hey, there the gun is. Everybody knew it, and then. That felt like
I think his death.
The level is so high of the series that and this felt so easy.
I think this is the least favorite moment of the entire season.
I agree.
His death.
Sanjeev, what do you want to say? I saw you.
No, because I was saying it did feel a little kind of like a little cheap. Is like the way you like just kicked the fucking the wire and then lights and just did a dodge and fucking then the shots in the dark.
Yeah.
Because I knew obviously Lalo was gonna die, he was gonna survive, and Gus was gonna survive. But yeah, I thought it could have been done a bit better.
But Lalo is like an army machine, as you've seen, like how he solid snaked himself out of the attack on the house, and then cutting people's throat, etc. He's like a machine, and then Fring, he's more of like a stiff older man,
An old snake.
That's what they said in the
podcast.
That's what they said in the podcast as well. That smile is Gus, you got lucky. That was what the smile was about.
Yeah.
So I kind of do agree with you that I think I don't want to say that there's a smarter way to do it, because otherwise I do think that they would have come up with it, because they're very good. But it felt a bit cheaper than the rest.
Yes, but the cool thing again is that Fring eliminated the whole family. The whole Salamanca family. That is a cool fact. So that he had to do the kill. So in that way, it's like
and the thing is, they could have done it. It's just that he picks up his camera, starts filming, and keeps on filming up until the end, and until it doesn't even make sense anymore. Like it's just, here you are in front of the camera, chicken man, and he almost makes fun of him as well.
Yeah, but his ego.
But
that's
the thing is, confession.
Lalo is this ruthless guy, and I would have loved for him if he like made a mistake instead of Gus being the.
Yeah, but he made a mistake.
Yeah, but it is a mistake that is not for me at least in his character.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Could have been his hatred for Gus that he
That
didn't
got him
think.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay. So
What's your
what was your Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Do you have an answer?
Is it tough? Because I think it's a different shows, different type of shows. But I would say with Better Call Saul, I had there was a dip. I think it was season 2 or season 3, where
I experienced that as well.
Yeah, it was a bit slow. But with Breaking Bad, really, I didn't feel any of that really.
But I hear a lot of people, myself included, that kind of have the same thing as with Better Call Saul, which I find very interesting. Is that both shows, I hear a lot of people stop watching around season 2, season 3.
Yeah.
But it's for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, which is interesting. I think.
I think probably because the characters. I mean, obviously, I love Saul Goodman or Jimmy McGill or Gene.
Or James.
James, yeah. But yeah, I think like the Hank and Jesse. I think I like those characters as a whole, and Walt obviously. So I think overall I prefer Breaking Bad, but it's not like it's a big difference basically.
I agree. Like they
Madse, I think you're gonna have the same answer as me.
Cheap exit. Yes.
Yeah, the cheap exit.
What is it?
That is, shall I tell it?
Yes.
Is that
he likes them equally?
Yeah, no, they have to live together. It's one show. If you like Breaking Bad, then go watch Better Call Saul.
Of course.
Especially
and
how they ended it now. It all makes it all one show.
Better Call Saul makes Breaking Bad better, and so does Breaking Bad makes Better Call Saul better.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a cheap cop-out, but I truly think that that's the answer to the whole discussion, which one is better. You shouldn't watch them separately.
No.
Do you like strawberry or chocolate ice cream? Yes.
Both.
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You have to choose, Dimitri. You have to choose. If you have to choose, because I do agree with your answer.
No, but I'm not gonna choose because I can.
Do you like
watch them
chocolate or
both.
strawberry ice cream?
I can eat them both.
Which one do you prefer?
I wouldn't understand if
Both.
anybody watched Breaking Bad and then didn't watch Better Call Saul.
Well, you're playing yourself, just like Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, he played himself.
Well,
Okay, can we
I
talk
feel
about
bad
that?
for him.
Well, after I finished Breaking Bad,
I don't know.
I didn't want to watch Better Call Saul at first because I was like, I love the show. I'm like, why do I want to watch a spin-off for,
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, when
good,
man,
When they announced it, I had the same.
We Breaking Bad ended. They announced Better Call Saul spinoff, and we were all like, I don't know about this.
It sounded like a lame idea. It could be like a weird comedy or they're gonna make a funny Better Call Saul show. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I think Vince Gilligan or Peter Gould. I'm not 100% sure. We had to look it up, but I think one of them also said that the idea was to make it like a procedural lawyer comedy show. But then they quickly find out that they couldn't do that. And they just preferred this kind of show. So they made this.
Yeah, the pacing, I think the moment when Lalo came in the picture, the pacing went...
It's the same thing with Breaking Bad, is where the first seasons... and I think that's the season 2-3 problem, kind of, is they're just building... And there's not a lot of focus. There's not one arch enemy or one problem.
Yeah.
And then suddenly everything kicks into gear.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. Both are just, amazing, I think.
Yeah, because I think as well with Better Call Saul, when I started watching it, I didn't expect it to be a prequel or also a sequel.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be a prequel, so just the beginning stuff. But then I remember the opening shots in black and white.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is after Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, so this is going to continue Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I
I always had the theory that they would split it in the middle. The last 3 seasons would be post Breaking Bad.
I thought the same, yeah.
I didn't expect that because I thought that at first, but then again I thought and I remembered like Walt with the long hairs in the end of Breaking Bad. I thought no, they're gonna keep this until the very end, just with the machine gun. I did.
How did you guys like that everything was black and white for the last couple of
I
episodes?
wanted to say something about that. I recently saw the set photos and then everything in color. And it's like it looks so weird because then you see
that
like all the
last
things-
outfit of Saul.
Yeah,
Have you seen that in color?
Yeah.
The drip on that, dude.
But it's so good. Like they could have done it in color, which everything looked great, but then they still like choose it and then you're fine with it.
I think it's also nice that they used to watch like the black and white TV shows, Kim and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it subverts expectations where flashbacks are mostly black and white.
yeah.
Not every flash forward is black and white.
And you of course have a scene where his glasses reflect
Yeah.
the Better Call Saul commercial
And the
Peter-
cigarettes.
in color. Yeah, and the cigarette as well.
And Peter Gould, he had like a black and white masterclass for the last directors who did the last couple of episodes. Show them how to shoot and how to light black and white, which I thought was really
Because
cool.
it's really cool. Like with the shadow play was really cool. Like with the lighting and the
Yeah,
scales
everything,
and the, like the talks and the.
But
with Kim.
because somebody asked me somebody was kind of disappointed about about it
really?
being black and white.
yeah.
He was thinking, I would rather see this in color. And I was like, no, it fits everything.
It's also,
So
I think it's also because Saul lost and his the love of his life and his favorite job, being a lawyer, and it like Saul is the
It is a colorful,
It's-
colorless life for both of them.
yeah it's colorless life, yeah, indeed, and it also calls back to the black and white love of black and white movies. So I think it's awesome, and I don't know. There's also like a mysterious vibe to it, right? With black and white.
Yeah, I don't know. But I
I have no opinion.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I do love the last shot as well. Of with Saul in the prison and he's doing the finger guns.
Yeah, so
and I
good.
thought, I think it works really well in black and white because like that's the image I'm going
Also,
with
those super wide shot for like
Yeah.
her being free left, and then there's like a space between them, and
and
then
you also see like with the big space that Kim's side has a stairs, and Saul's side has only a slippery slope of snow.
Oh,
That's nice. I like that he has no way out anymore, and she has a way up again because she's clear of her, all her.
I wonder if that's intentional.
I think it is.
They do
everything's
so many
intentional.
subtle things that they probably did like.
It was so divided extremely in the middle. Like the stairs was really big to the left, and the snow. Yeah,
But that's what I love, like that they sometimes reenact scenes or dialogue even, but then with this small switch and twist, and that makes it nice. Like the shadow play, like the scales were off, like for her in benefit of Jimmy, and then the other now it's in the other way. It's the shadow was in the other side, so it's Kim and outweighs him.
Yeah, and I really think the best shot of the final episode was the when the truck scene stopped.
Oh yeah,
You had this exit.
sign, yeah.
And
Court.
it's also a callback to a scene in the first season, I think, where the exit sign is on. But also, Kim was sitting inside the E of the exit. So it's her exit now because he confesses also for her and takes all the blame. It's great.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of perfect about this show.
What's your favorite episode of the season, last season? The entire last season?
The last episode.
Yeah, mine as well.
Probably. I mean, because it's a super satisfying
ending, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to see any other episode that had the same impact. Although obviously the episode where Howard gets killed, but that's more like a shock.
Oh, that's a shock. Yeah.
I love that scene though with the candles.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in, you see the candle light, and then you see it again, and you just know shit is.
Because I always had that tension of like he's gonna come in sometimes because he's been there.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you'd be like, oh shit.
But is that favorite episode yet?
I don't know if it's my favorite. I think last episode is.
I was wondering, like the thing with we were discussing it, that sometimes the antagonist or protagonist gets too much likability. That, let's say, I heard that they did it with the Sopranos, that they have to make him really evil because people still vouch for the main character, even if he's
Kind of like what people do with Walt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But with Walt, yeah. So I was like, oh no, he's gonna tell on Kim to fuck her over or something. I thought,
that was a good tiny twist. Yeah,
because I thought like, they're gonna make him evil so that people, because everybody likes Jimmy, even though he's a psychopath,
terrible person. Yeah.
Terrible person. Yeah, and they'd be like, oh, they're gonna make him really evil, and then they still kind of like make him likable, but he's still fucked. So, and in that way, I thought it was perfect because
he got them down to 7 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that was Saul.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
Jimmy did 8 years.
James.
James McGill.
And the thing is, like, Breaking Bad is a love story of Walt loving Walt. And
well said.
and Better Call Saul is a story about Saul or Jimmy loving Kim.
Yeah, it was good.
Love story almost, right? Yes.
Yeah, favorite episode, I would also probably say the last one. But the whole season
also
was
the
just
one.
bonkers.
Oh, that was the previous one. I also loved that episode, like the whole scene with Nacho in that apartment, and then with the two guys coming, those action scenes.
Shootout. And then where he's in the oil tanker.
Oh man, so like, but these set pieces were like so crazy. Some of the shots were like, wow, how they must take so much
and
time.
I the thing I loved more about Better Call Saul in comparison to Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad also has the positive sides on it, but it's that they take more time for stuff. I like slow burners, so
Breaking Bad is kind of slow burner.
Yeah, it is, but it sometimes Breaking Bad really ramps up
towards the end.
Each season gets more heated up almost because everyone gets more fucked. And with Better Call Saul, you have the highs and lows, and sometimes it's just stable again. And then in the end, Lalo comes in, and then he gets involved with all the cartel stuff.
I had the same thing as Sunjeev, where I felt like season 2 or 3, I don't know what it was, just a lot of Jimmy cons, and I was kind of done with the Jimmy cons. I was like, I get it. Jimmy is a con artist. He cons people.
But there was 2 and 3 was like mostly with lawsuits, right? Like with
this was I remember
in
I
court.
remember his con where I was like, all right, this is a whole episode about this con, but I get it. It's where he makes the old ladies hate one older old lady.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, and I was already all right. Yeah, we gotta get it.
I did love the con they pulled on Hamlin though. Like you said they were you were a bit bored by it.
What? But the last con,
Yeah.
with the Howard? No, this season.
I thought you said like, oh, now we know it. Now we've seen it, like the conning.
No, I think that was season 2 or 3. Because there's a few episodes where it was kind of the same thing he was doing for a while. It wasn't really moving the story forward. But the Howard one was like the big one.
Oh yeah, one
The
thing.
most emotional one for sure.
Yeah.
Best ending of the con.
Yeah, one thing I was always thinking about is like when Lalo said, "Yeah, you are cockroacha. You're like a cockroach." And then
cockroach.
every situation that where Jimmy in is like a cockroach. Like he gets in a dumpster, or he gets gets all these situations where he's in. He is like a cockroach.
Hard to kill as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if you would give Better Call Saul a grade, what
Grade
would you
or
give it?
score
A score.
Score
Sorry.
out of what?
out of 10.
Yeah.
10.
10 out of 10.
I would probably say it was okay.
It's an average. It's an average series.
I expected this.
It was fine.
Great series.
it's
A
fine.
2.
Yeah, it's a 2. No, I don't. For me, I can't get it anything less than 10. It's like it's. When I had my top 3 shows, I would have to put top 4 because I have to put Better Call Saul in there.
Yeah.
Because it's.
But can we now call it one series? Because if you
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
basically
So,
cheated.
so you
Yeah.
can keep it in top 3 then.
Top 3, yeah. Keep it one.
The Better Call Saul universe or the Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
El
universe.
Camino universe.
Universe.
Everything's a universe.
In
now.
a sense, it's 12 seasons now. of
Yeah,
Breaking
that's
Bad.
crazy. That's
And
it, but
yes.
there's I don't know. There's never been this. type
Not
of
a
thing,
not a
right?
stable series like this for 12 seasons. It's quite a
feat.
achievement to continue in the same quality you did like with a show with the same people still who are also getting older, and you see that still, but you don't really care about it.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's the same as you.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
give it less?
Same, also
Perfect.
at 10, because I cannot remember like that I've been blown away by a series, because I got into Breaking Bad relatively late.
Me as well.
I think when it was just finished, and I just started
Oh,
because
no.
I heard great
Oh,
stories
really?
about it, and I binged I think that whole part, and then I was when it was already finished, and then I started into, and then Breaking Bad I started into Better Call Saul I started in from day one. And I've been hooked since. Like the amount of detail, the amount of love in it, and all the shots, and it's literally
It's just every
quality.
department
Quality is on such a line, especially when we look at, let's say, Game of Thrones, how they rushed those kind of like
it's
the
always
finale.
stick the landing.
Well, yeah,
right?
you always
Yeah.
have to like kind of compare, and then I've seen multiple series where they're like
Peters out.
shits off, like even comedy series like
Scrubs.
Scrubs,
You
exactly.
recently
Scrubs is
watched.
also a good example, like how the last season is horrible, and they're like this only gets better, and then the finale, the punchline, like the closing is great, and yeah, I've nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. I heard myself just say perfect. Well, I do still think there's a dip in the second or third season, but it doesn't matter. And maybe we needed those episodes.
Yeah, because
And-
I think as a whole,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to look at it as a whole. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the thing is I'm so glad the final season, especially the final episode as well, was so good because like you mentioned, Game of Thrones. You get one bad season or the final season, and that's it. The whole show is gone. You don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
With Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, it's like
It only gets better.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
It's fun to see the details and stuff they mention in the ending of the last season as well, because everything leads up to it, and there's mostly awesome callbacks or whatever. Also for Breaking Bad now as well, you can also rewatch Breaking Bad. I think, oh, this was that moment and that moment, and there's no series like that, I guess.
No.
No, it's also rewatching Breaking Bad. Like Saul has a complete new context
Yeah.
that they didn't even know while filming Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, but it all makes sense and it makes his character almost tragic.
Yeah.
It is tragic.
Yeah.
And then, especially that scene that we already mentioned, where he signs his divorce paper, because that for me is the moment that even somebody really most close to him, he still neglects now because he's just Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
And I want to rewatch Breaking Bad now because of also mostly of that scene.
I know a lot of people who I speak to
I
are
think
like,
I might
"Oh, I'm
start
rewatching
as well."
Breaking Bad."
I want to see if it because I remember Breaking Bad, but now indeed I have a new depth to Saul. I want to see if that works out, and you still feel that all that what happened in Better Call Saul comes across in Breaking Bad. I think it will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
cool.
so too.
Cool. So Sunjeev,
Yeah.
we always do a random tip, another random
Tip.
Tip
Yeah.
of the week.
A tip for the viewers.
It can be for the fans.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
anything from like your favorite drink to a
Oh.
concert to a movie to a game to a
Whatever you want
to your
to
favorite bike.
advise to our loyal
No.
followers.
Yeah. What was the tip? What's the tip?
Yeah, you have to come up with it.
Come up with it.
A tip of what? Like what to watch?
We can.
What?
Yeah. We can also. You can
Advice.
think about
It
it.
can
You
even be your favorite food, can be your favorite drink, can be
Yeah.
your favorite.
You can think about it. And
the thing
Madse will
you're
go
watching
first.
right now.
I will go
okay.
first. Mine is Call of the Cult of the Lamb.
I knew that was gonna come, so that's why
Yeah.
I didn't pick
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
It's a great game where you are a lamb and you die and you get one chance at living again, and you need to the god that gives you is it a god that gives you a chance to live again? He says start a cult and make sure I get freed. So you start a cult with all these cute animals, and you need to manage your cult and go on crusades for the cult. And it's an awesome game.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. If we're recommending stuff, I watched the Sandman recently. I really like that. I had no idea about the comics and stuff. I never watched them. The only thing I knew about Sandman before was that he was made out of sand and he fought Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
this is a completely different Sandman. It's about like dreams.
Oh, the Sandman that enters my dreams already and puts the sand in my eyes.
Oh, does he? Like when you're on the beach or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he was really good. I
Yeah.
like the show. I like the way he's done, the way he's shot, and the story. And I also like the characters as well. They got some really cool characters. And villains. But yeah, it's one of those shows where I watched the first episode and ended up watching like most of it over the weekend.
nice.
Just watched
Is
the
it one
whole
season?
Yeah, for now,
Okay.
yeah. Netflix.
But there's gonna be more. Hopefully, there's more because normally I think on Netflix, like after 2
They
seasons, they
cancel it.
cancel. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the deal with that? They
yeah.
cancel so many like. after
Doesn't make enough
2
guap.
Yeah.
Well, I read somewhere it's like after the second season,
Yeah.
the people that work on the show. They start getting paid because the contracts are for like the first season.
Then they want a proper pay.
Yeah, so then they cancel after the second season.
Oh.
But then sometimes what they'll do is they'll reboot the show, but then those original people don't get paid because it's like a new season.
Do you like capitalism?
What a nice business practice.
But yeah, it's really cool, The Sandman. I'll definitely recommend it.
Your joke at the beginning reminded me of a guest we had once on the podcast who thought a Blade Runner 2049 was a sequel to Blade.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
That was very good.
Yeah, I haven't seen Watch Blade 1, 2, 3. So.
Yeah, so should I watch Blade Runner? My tip of the week is gonna be Decision to Leave, a new Park Chan-wook film that should be out when this podcast airs.
I saw some screenshots of that.
It's Park Chan-wook of Old Boy fame and Handmaid's Tale and a lot of other stuff, and all his stuff is kind of super great. So I can't wait for this.
Okay, nice. My tip of the week is the band called Bad Bad Not Good.
Are they
And,
good?
Are they bad? Not
They're great. I saw them
They
on
are
Lowlands, and they had like a It was like an experimental jazz.
Lowlands, a Dutch
indie.
festival.
It's a Dutch festival.
Okay,
but it's great. But these producers, they work with Ghostface Killah, Kendrick Lamar, Yeezy as well. Like they make some experimental jazz, and there was a guy with a 16mm filming and live experimenting. It was a vibe. So it's
nice. Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, some big
so
names.
go listen to it. Yeah, they a lot of the big artists, they wanna work with them. So like it's very it's music for experienced listeners, as I say. But it's give it a listen. All right, I think that's.
Thank you, Sunjeev, for being here.
Sunjeev, thank you very
My
much.
first podcast
Your
experience.
first
Yes.
podcast.
You were
experience.
very
podcast
good.
before, like ever.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard myself speak before as well.
Sunjeev, do you
How
want to
was
say
it?
something
How
to
was
our
it?
new international fans?
International fans. Like and subscribe.
And I wanted to say I really like to hear your voice so close to me now.
What?
Your soothing voice. The soothing voice.
Soothing voice?
Yes.
Way
Closer.
closer.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching and listening, and see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.